What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Joe Peoples Podcast, episode 2. So you stuck around. First of all, I want to say happy Sunday, June 20th, and more importantly, happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Hope you're having a beautiful weekend, and thank you for tuning in and checking out this podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. It's morning over here on Father's Day, and I want to take a moment to dedicate this podcast to my father, William T. Goodman, aka Billy Badass. Moment of silence, please. Okay, so my father passed away when I was 16 years old, and gonna jump into that a little bit, and let me get into today's drink, which is gonna be a Bang Rainbow Unicorn out of the Walter White glass. Just to lighten the moment for a second. Happy Father's Day, Dad. So, like I said, my father passed away when I was 16 years old, and it was pretty rough. I actually lost my best friend when I was 15, so within a year or so, it was a really rough time in my life. High school, getting a car, all those fun things, but I had a lot of other things on my mind. So my father, let's see, I have a lot of old pictures and things, before I was born looking at. I was part of something he started called International Grubs. I think basically they drove around and caused chaos, had cool cars, ate good food, just terrorized things. So I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. At some point, I think right around graduating high school or around that time, my dad got in trouble. And they basically gave him an option. Do you either want to go to jail or you can go into the military? So my dad became a Marine and did that whole process. And then he met my mom. They were both pretty young. And then got my mom pregnant when she was 20. So then my parents split when I was about 4 years old. And I didn't see my father for a while, but eventually we became reconnected, and he became my best friend. He was my safety blanket. I knew no matter what happened in life, my father would always be there, have my back 100%, never let anything happen to me. He was an extreme person. So was my friend that I lost around the time, so it was hard to lose both of them around the same time. But people say they'll die or take a bullet for you, but there's very few that will. My father definitely was one of those people. So, yeah, he gave me a level of security and trust that I just, can't really put into words. We also played a lot of video games together. We got into Sega Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog, Road Rash, Chameleon Kid. Those are some of our favorites off the top of my head, plus a lot more. We also got into comic books. We actually got subscriptions with my dad, and that's why I really got into this Marvel thing. I feel like it hit me at the perfect time, because I actually had, me and my father had subscriptions to Iron Man. We had subscriptions to Thor, amongst a bunch of others, and my favorite series of all time was actually called the Infinity Gauntlet, which eventually became the end-all of all the Avengers movies, which was the Infinity War and Endgame, essentially. I gotta say, I was really nervous about Marvel bringing in some of my favorite characters. They knocked it out of the box with Iron Man. Robert Downey was amazing. But Thor, I thought might have a hard time translating with all that medieval speech and there's just some weird elements. I wasn't sure how they were going to do it out on a camera. So they killed it. It was amazing. I mean, everyone knows, right? It was like the top grossing movie of all time, or one of the top 5. I don't know. They always switch with inflation and all that. Top 10, whatever. Great movie, though. But I just want to say today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about perspective, because I feel like everything happens for a reason, even if we don't know what the reason is. Like I said, I lost my best friend and my father by the time I was 16, within a year of each other. And I like to think, like, you don't have it the worst. No matter what happens in your life, there's always someone that has it worse. Whether it's a physical thing where they just, like, have to chew through a straw their whole life, or bad deformity, mental things people have to deal with. Someone always has it worst. And that being said, putting it in perspective, someone always has it better. You could be a billionaire, you're still not the richest man in the world. You could be the richest man in the world, someone still has a better lifestyle than you. So you're never gonna have the worst, you're never gonna have the best. But you know what? You have what you need. And at the time when that happened with my father and my best friend, I blew me away. Like, I didn't know if I could survive it. But adversity builds character, and now the person I am, I'm so happy and content, where I'm at in my life, who I have in my life, how I run my life, that I just don't think I could be the same person if all those things didn't happen, especially the bad things, or what we considered bad at the time. Being, in that position, you can't see the longevity in the future where it goes, but that was the path I needed to go down. It is what it is. When someone's, such a bright light, they don't always last the longest. Sometimes they burn really bright, really fast, and they go out quick. And I feel like that's what happened with those two people. They just were met here for a short time. And I look at the other side now and say, well, I was blessed to have them in my life. Even if it wasn't forever or that long of a time, I'd rather have had people in my life that made a major impact in a short time than had people in my life in a long time that were blah. So that's just my feeling and my opinion on it. And I want to throw that out to you guys, because I think it's something that needs to be said. We all get what we need, even if you don't see it. So just sit back, try not to overreact on the highs or the lows in life. I mean, sometimes the highs are amazing and you think everything's going my way, this is great, and you get all overly excited. And then when things come down the pipe and it turns the other way and you get some, reverse of fortune and it's not the best, you can't handle it. So you can't do that. And when things are really bad, you can't say, oh, this is the worst ever, it's never gonna get better. It will. I mean, just ride it out. You need the goods and the bads, you need the yin and the yang, There's that balance, that Buddhism. I'm not too into religion and I'm not a Buddhist, but I do like the theory of karma, and things go up and down and everything in the universe is connected. We all are humans, and even animals and everything on the planet. We're all just need to tune in, sit back, relax, let it happen, let it run its course, instead of trying to always do our thing, So that's my message for you guys on this Sunday, June 20th. And let me take another little sip of this Bang here. Love Bang. Okay. So another major events slash whatever in my life was work. A lot of people, that's a big part of our life, right? You sleep 8 hours a day, you work 8+ hours a day. You get maybe 8 hours a day if you're lucky for yourself, once you count traffic and kids, schedules, whatever you have. And sometimes it's lucky if you get an hour. But anyway, so when I was in high school, I got a job at Circuit City. Sometimes some of you guys remember that place. They've gone out of business. But at the time, it was a good job, and it was commission based. So it was all about sales and selling. And I found out very early for my first job, doing a little part of it, that I was very good at sales. So I decided to go there and make commission based, and I ended up doing really well. I was actually a part-timer because I was going to school and I was the #1 part-time audio video sales counselor in the Northeast region, I believe. So yeah, I made good money. It was real nice. In the beginning, it was 100% commission, and if you didn't sell anything, they'd give you this thing called subsidy, which could possibly happen in like January, February, the dog days of the year. And then you had to pay it back if you made it back in the next month. I never really had to worry about that. I made great money. What they did when you took vacation time and stuff, they kept your average hourly, and it was definitely good. So that being said, I also brought some people along, TJ, and TJ hired a lot of his friends too. So it was a really cool environment. I love the time at Circuit City. It also probably was just a great time for the age it was in my life, but we had some great times. Like we would have pool parties at the house and get together, do all this crazy stuff. And then I went to UConn. More great times in my life, but I had switched working in the Trumbull Circuit City to the Circuit City in Buckland Hills. I would actually switch back and forth, when I was at school. When I came home for summer break, I'd go back to the Trumbull branch. And when I was in the school year, I would go to the Buckland Hills branch, and my hours would be kind of all over the place. They really worked with me. Shout outs to the Buckland Hills Circuit City crew, because I did very well for them. But my schedule for being a college student was like relatively available, and then like tests and quarters and finals and stuff came around, and I wouldn't be able to work much. So my schedule was kind of all over the place. But anyway, at some point, Circuit City decided to get rid of commission, which at the time was like the worst thing ever to me. Let me say, actually, before they got rid of commission, they did something shady to me, which affected my life path. And this is what, at the time I didn't understand, but it worked out for me. So at the time, they were struggling. This is a bit before they went out of business. And they decided to make some people hourly instead of commission. Which I believe there was people at the front desk and a couple positions that were hourly. But anyway, when I was going, they said, Dan, your hourly is going to be such and such. And I was like, whoa, that's way below what I make, and I'm on commission. And they said, well, you're a new hire. And I said, whoa, new hire? I've been here 3-4 years. And they said, well, since you switched from this store to this store, you're like a new hire. And I was like, wow, you're going to play me like that? So, basically at the time I knew right away I was looking for a new job. And so when that did happen, I started looking for a job, and a friend came in. What up, Peanut? And he was making good money at the time, and he worked for this small company that sold Nextel. And I asked him how it worked, and he told me it was commission based. It was all about sales, and everything was speaking my language. So I said, all right, well, I don't know a lot about cell phones, but I have one, right? We all know something about them. And I decided, all right, let me jump into the cell phone game at Nextel. So when I jumped into Nextel, they told me, about the commission and the structure and how it worked. And again, right away, I skyrocketed in that job. Me and Peanut were like 2 of the top associates there. We were making really good money. Everything was going great. They got the hands-free law with cell phones, where you had to buy a headpiece or whatever, which was great for selling accessories and making all the commission. So that was a great time, and actually met an amazing friend. What up, Professor Schmedium? And so it made sense that the Circuit City thing didn't work out. I wasn't quite making what I was making at Circuit City, but it was in the ballpark, and it was good. It was a good job. I had a long commute to the best store because that's where I wanted to make the money. So then we have a meeting, me, Peanut, and all the managers, and they call us in and they say, you know what? Nextel's been bought out by Sprint. Things are going to change, and no more commission. And I had heard this story already, so I was like, all right, let me take my notes. What does this mean? They start giving the new pay structures and stuff. And actually, I think it was commission, but they just cut down the commissions. I don't remember, but it was just bad news, basically. I did the math, and I was going to lose about half of what I made per check with this new structure. So I said, you know what? same thing. Time to find a new job, right? I've always been loyal and worked my hardest. As long as I can advance, I will stay with the job. But if they play games or change the deal with me, or decide not to pay me what I think I'm worth, I knew time to get out. Again, I had that good upbringing from my parents where I knew my self-worth, and I wasn't going to play games. So anyway, I switched stores, which sucked because Professor Schmedium, I didn't get to see him. We were switching stores, but he switched too, actually. I don't remember if it was exactly the same time as me or whatever, but anyway, maybe he even switched before me, but whatever. So I moved over to the Fairfield store, and at the time, I didn't know it, but I knew I was looking for a job. So before I could even start to look, I remember one guy came in for a phone, and I must have talked to him for 20 or 30 minutes just about technology and TVs and installs and what's new and all that. Some girl even commented, "Hey Dan, what, do you have a crush on that guy or something? Why are you talking so long?" So anyway, he went to pick up his phone, and he sent someone else to pick up his phone from the company, and it was a guy that I used to work with at Circus City. I actually trained him, and he was good. So I asked him, "Hey, what's up with this company?" And he said, he's working for this company called Westfair, and they had just gotten rid of their sales manager. I asked him, "Are you guys hiring?" And he said, "Yeah, well, actually, we just got rid of our sales manager, and we need someone on the sales floor." So it was electronics and audio video, which I had previously done at Circuit City, and I knew all that stuff. So I said, okay, and I decided to, I don't remember if I called or emailed, but I think I called. I got in touch with someone there, and I decided to set up an interview the next day. So the next day I go in early and met with one of the associates there that had been there a while, and he said, "Great interview, everything sounds good. You need to meet the owner and talk to him. When can you come back?" So I said, "I can come back at lunchtime." I was hungry. I always was hungry to advance or get where I wanted to be. So I met with the owner at lunchtime, and he had a great interview. And he said, "Dan, I don't normally." I need one. It was a third process or a third interview where he extends an offer. I didn't know that. He just said, "We'd like to meet again. When can you meet?" And I said, "I'd like to meet as soon as possible. How about after work today?" Since it was right only a couple blocks up the road from where I was working at Nextel. I went back, got off of work. He said, "I don't really hire people the same day, but I'm very impressed, so I'd like to extend you an offer." And I accepted. Maybe there was a little back and forth countering. I don't remember exactly how it went, but everything was good. And I started over there. And this was a salary job. It wasn't commission, but the pay structure was fair. I moved up quickly and had a great run. So I ended up working at Westfair for 14 years. So enough about my working schedule, but just the whole point of this is it's the path. So the big thing is when I worked at Westfair, I was able to make more money, and I was able to save, and I was able to semi-retire at 40. I say semi-retire because I've been retired since March, and I haven't really done anything other than invest a little bit in the stock market. But we bought this investment properties, and we're fixing them up, and that will be something we do for income. I got a couple other side hustle gigs I may do, but I don't plan on ever having a normal 9 to 5. I'm blessed to say that I don't need to, at least at the moment. My big thing is, I really want to be around for my kids. My mom was a single mother. She worked extremely hard, started for the bottom, worked her way up, made great money, was always an excellent employee, and I admire how much she went through and did for us at such a young age. I couldn't imagine, being pregnant at 20. I mean, my mom's 21 years older than me, and I'm 41 now. If I had a 20-year-old, that would just, the thought of that blows my mind. I was ready for a kid maybe a couple years ago mentally, but now as far as financially, I'm in a whole nother place. I really plan on being there. We want to be stay-home parents together, you know, and my wife runs an online business and I'm very proud of her. She's doing extremely well, actually. And, you know, it's a great thing to know that we'll be able to be around for our kids and hold each other down. So if my wife needs to do something, if I need to do something, one of us is always here for the kids, but we'll be here together for the kids and be able to, you know, have that dual parenting. So it's going to be pretty awesome. I want to teach them everything from, you know, school stuff to athletics to basketball. Of course, you know, UConn Huskies, we have to represent. Yeah, I played basketball for UConn in Waterbury when I went, and I used to play against a couple players at Stores. I'm not saying I'm on their level or anything else, but got to play a couple players that played in the NBA. We definitely were running things and doing very well on the college level. I wouldn't say on the NCAA level, you know, against those dudes, but in the pickup games, we definitely held our own. So again, today's lesson is just perspective. It all happens for a reason. Remember, you don't have it the worst, you don't have it the best, but you have what you need. And that adversity will build character. So don't be afraid of things getting hard or rough or not understanding them. Just go with it. Go with the flow of life. You know what I mean? Don't fight it, you know? Just roll with the punches. It's going to hit you hard with those big waves sometimes, and sometimes you're going to be high up on the waves, sometimes you're going to crash down. Just rock with it, you know, enjoy life. And live it to the max, do it your way. Don't let anyone tell you what to do, you know. You will be influenced, of course, but in good and bad ways. Getting back to my father for Father's Day, you know, he was very big into guns, and I am too. I love my guns, but, you know, my dad's favorite gun was a Glock. This was like when Glocks were coming out, actually. It's crazy. I remember before Glocks were even around. But anyway, I have a Glock. It's not my favorite gun. I definitely have guns I like more. I have a whole variety of guns. Just to be clear, I have guns because I like them and they're fun. And I like target shooting. It's what I do. I don't necessarily hunt. I'm not for or against it either way. I just don't personally hunt. And, you know, really that's the reason I have guns, you know. I like going to the range and having toys. It's like an adult toy. It's very fun. If any of you guys haven't done it, I highly recommend it. Actually, when I was hosting as a couch surfer, which I hope to do again soon here, and or to couch surf a little bit when we're overseas, that's where you, again, take someone in from another culture and show them yours. One of the things I used to love to do is I would love to take the couch surfers shooting. So we start off with the little handgun 22, which is like a cap gun. You really don't even need ear protection, but of course you wear it. We'd go to the Bridgeport indoor range. We'd shoot that. When they were ready, I said, okay, you want to step something a little bigger? Give them the 9mm. And it goes boom. You know, they get a little kick and get a little pow out of it, get a little adrenaline rush. And then we move up to something big, like the 45, and they would be like, wow, that's great. And then I switch them over to the shotgun, big boom stick, you know, kick back a little bit, and that was a great time. So anyway, it's another thing I'm into. I am at dad ages, you know, I'm 41 years old, so some of the things I do now or like at this age are maybe different than when I was younger, but a lot of them the same. I love working out. Been working out since I was 14, and I'm definitely into it. I do not feel the same if I don't work out and get that out of me. That being said, most of the things I like are very loud, fast, aggressive. I feel like that's an outlet for me. I need that. So the music I like is like aggressive, hard rap in general, heavy metal. I do like classic rock. I like a little bit of R&B. Depends on the mood I'm in, but in general, it's that fast, aggressive stuff. I like going fast. I like fires and the fire pit. I like UFC, you know, all those great things. Now I'm cutting the grass. It's one of those things here. It's a big property. It takes me about 2 hours. My cousin Chickadee Sean, hopefully he's gonna find me a ride-on lawnmower to cut that down a little bit. We'll see. I'm on a tight budget, so I'm looking for something used. If anyone's around the Texas area, has a used ride-on, it's in good condition, holla at your boy. What else? Some new stuff coming up. So I am dropping a new album for 4th of July weekend. It's going to be on July 1st. It's called The Very Best of Joe Peoples. So basically, I got tons of music on Spotify and it's doing pretty well. One of the things I was asked for within the last year or two, maybe 2 years ago, I don't know, multiple times anyway, was to give a clean version, because a lot of my friends have kids. They want to listen to the music, and they want to be able to listen to it around, you know, their kids or play it anywhere. So I did an album called Squeaky Clean, and it was basically a lot of my best tracks, but they were all cut. So, you know, no swears, no bad words, bad concepts. You can play it in front of all your kids. So check that out. That's on Spotify now. It's called Squeaky Clean. But then the backlash to that, on the other side, I got a lot of positive feedback. Everyone said, thank you, it's beautiful, we love it. I'm able to play it around my kids. But then the other side of it was, I got my friends that don't have kids, or like, you know, want to hear the curses in the rap, and said, hey Dan, can you make a version of that for us? So I said, all right, well, let me pick a couple different tracks, remix it in a different order, play it a little different, and put all the best hits together. So that's going to be the very best of Joe Peoples. So if you're new to my music catalog, or if you're just looking for my best stuff, or you know, you want to go through all the albums and singles, the very best of Joe Peoples, July 1st, it's coming out. Go check it out. All streaming formats, however you get your music. We all know how to get music, right? Nowadays, it's not hard. You know, you got, you know, Apple, you got Spotify, you got everything, you know. I'm getting paid off of Twitch, people playing on video game formats, and also TikTok, which is just mind-blowing to me. So keep streaming Joe Peoples. Thank you guys for all of that. Also, there's gonna be a couch crash. It's Thursday, August 12th to Sunday, August 15th. It's in Connecticut. It's called Connecticut Couch. So couchsurfing.com. Sign up if you want. It's like $3 a month, or it's $10 for the year. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. I think it's $10 for the year for sure. Sign up for the year. All right. With couch surfing, you can host people, you can go stay at people's place possibly, but the other big thing is events. And couch crashes are amazing. So I hosted 2 couch crashes before this, and it's an amazing thing. So basically, it's Thursday night to Sunday in Connecticut. It's all over each town. It's more from like Hartford area up and around. And basically, there's going to be things that are like kayaking. That one you pay 20 or 30 bucks, but most of these things are free. I think that, and there's like a $5 brunch pancake breakfast. Mostly everything other than that's going to be free. There's going to be places they go to, restaurants where you just hang out with people, grab food, chill, very low key. There's going to be hikes. There's going to be tours. I think they're doing a submarine tour. I want to say Mark Twain's house. A lot of cool things. So couchsurfing.com, make a profile. It's real easy. It used to be free, but now with the pandemic, you know, people weren't on, they weren't getting the ad revenue, so they had to charge. Keep it going. It's a great cause. I would say jump on it. Obviously, if you live in California, China, Hawaii, and you're not coming, it's still cool to support, but I understand, you know, you're not going to come to the couch crash. We do have some people coming international. We had people from France, Germany, you know, all over before. Like I said, me and my wife, October 21st, are starting over our Europe trip. So if you're in the Europe area and you want to host us anywhere from late October to early January, give us a shout. Drop something in the comments. Also, like I said, I'm going to be having some guests on here. I already have a couple. Can't tell you guys yet, but if you have some suggestions of guests you want, I'm going to try to get on some of the people I've collaborated on music, some of the bigger collabs I've had, some other people, some surprises. I got some curveballs. I might be a basketball player, but I know about the baseball curveball, so it's coming, you know. And I want to thank all you guys for listening, tuning in, checking out this podcast, episode 2. Oh, I have a confession. So on episode 1, I was rocking those big Beats by Dre, if you remember, and I will go back to those and I'll have a better mic than this. But what I found was the way I ran it through, you know, I had a technical issue and I was getting a delay. So if you heard me talking and I was pausing and slow a little bit at the end of my sentences, it was because, you know, I had a delay. I don't know if you guys have ever been to that. I remember when I was a kid, they had this museum where you can put headphones on and talk into a mic on a delay, and they had short delay to a long delay. The long delay will drive you mentally insane and you can't even talk. You start going and it's just really hard. But even a short delay, it throws you off because, you know, if assuming, you know, we all can hear and no one's deaf that's listening to this, we all listen to ourselves, and it's partially, it's like in the background, but you talk and you listen. That's how you know how you sound. So if you're hearing yourself on a delay, you're gonna slow down. You think you're getting ahead of yourself. It's like a mind fuck, but you know, basically, yeah, that's what was going on before. So we will be having a better mic. I'm having the headphone situation set because I'm gonna be having guests. So I gotta get that all good. When I'm in Connecticut, I plan on shooting a bunch. So if you want to be on the pod, hit your boy up. Other than that, if you want to get up with me in Connecticut and you're a friend, family member, and you're watching this, hit me up. We definitely got to get up, maybe do some beach time. It's going to be summer in Connecticut. It'll be beautiful. I love all you beautiful people. Thank you for coming along on this journey. Thank you for Father's Day, spending it with me, or anytime after Father's Day, just hearing me talk about my father and sharing and put that out there. He was amazing, different, super unique individual. So I feel blessed to be able to share that with as many people as I can. So I hope you got something out of this episode. I hope it helps you put your day into focus and give you perspective, and let you know that if you're having a great day, a terrible day, or a medium day, again, you don't have it the worst, you don't have the best, but you do have what you need. Even if you don't understand it at the moment, it'll make sense eventually. So just roll with the waves of life. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for tuning in to the Joe Peoples Podcast, episode 2. I don't have my little timer yet, so I'm not sure how long we're going. There's literally no decor here. But this is my office studio where it's going to be. I'm not sure if I'm setting it up this way normally, but it's a little more normal how you get it. Hopefully the lighting's a little better at the moment. That'll get better too. I'll change out the bulbs, and we'll have some cool vibey lights in here too. But anyway, getting ahead of ourselves and rambling forever. That's why I have a podcast to talk, right? But I'll shut up and let you guys get on your beautiful days. Thank all you beautiful people for tuning in. Love you so much from the bottom of my heart. Your boy, Joe Peoples Podcast, episode 2. Get it. Chill.